Fuck me because I'm gay. Fuck me because I'm gay. No?
Is there an end game to this, or
No, I haven't written the whole song.
well,
It's the chorus.
Then don't start singing it without an end game.
We'll get to that because I guess we actually have to do intros this time.
International Nitro and international guests.
Yes. Exciting times.
Prove it.
So,
say something in your native language.
today was a happy accident. We did what we forgot to do last week and watched Nitro.
Could you imagine how much it would have sucked if we had watched this Nitro last week
Oh.
and then hadn't had Chris visiting?
Oh.
That would be so sad.
So, what we've learned today is if you listen to our podcast enough, regardless of where in the world you live, you'll eventually get to be on it.
Yeah.
Except for if you're Jose, you're not welcome anymore.
Go to hell, Jose. So, we have, as our guest, we got Scott Drew Kelly, Standard,
Operating procedure.
SOP, and our guest today, live from...
Probably should stop hitting the table while we're
pounding
recording.
the table for emphasis that the phone is sitting on. Live from the United Kingdom. Chris
Live
Goodwin.
from Kelly's butt.
From Kelly's butt.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. Thank you so much for having me here.
That's an awful English accent. You're not talking like this down there, I'm from London.
Listen,
fella. What's all this then? There you go.
Listen, fella, that's a terrible accent.
Can I get some fish and chips?
Oi, Christopher! It's a terrible accent.
What? I can't believe you do such an accent for me.
Can this just be the show?
I think the only one I can do is, I'm the queen.
Flawless. Yeah, can we just do accents on the show? Nitro can wait another week.
Do not get me started. What do you want?
Now, you said the prime reason you wanted to come on this podcast was not because you wanted to watch Nitro, but because you wanted to be the first person on the podcast to do a proper Australian accent.
Correct.
Even though I think we've been doing flawless ones for months.
Correct.
So, please explain yourself.
Okay. We'll start with the guy who is the chief of police.
Okay.
So if I was on a program that was mostly to do with people and youths who were travelling far too fast on Australian motorways, and I'd take a lot of pauses and a lot of breaks between what I was saying, and I'd also be making some very important points about the youth of today. So that's Australian number one. Australian number two comes predominantly from... Has anyone seen the YouTube videos of Gary the Goat?
Yes.
Which are fantastic.
Yeah.
So it's just this Australian guy who has a goat.
Has a goat.
Okay. And he's like,
Okay,
"Come-
yes.
Come on, Gary.
Yes,
Come on,
yes,
Gary.
yes.
We're going to go for a run now. Just go on, Gary. That's right. Strut it out. Just keep going. I'm driving my car here and fucking Gary's running alongside me and I'm doing fucking 40. Like, and he's fucking with me.
I do remember that, yeah.
Kelly was thinking of different YouTube videos about a goat.
That's true. The one that talks and sits on the back of the old man's truck and goes on roller coasters.
So yeah, I think that now covers you for previous and future episodes.
How about the guy that's friends with the Prime Minister?
Andy!
Lest we forget.
Or
Mr. Prime Minister!
He's from the water commissioner in Smithfield.
Oh, like, to be fair, that's Professor Bart Simpson!
you owe me $900 dues. I know, it's just a little kick in the bum.
Just
And we're done.
the easiest Australian impression to do is, or accent, is just say the word no in as many syllables as you can.
No!
Nay.
I can't believe you'd say something like that.
All right, I guess we believe you. Actually, maybe you're Australian.
Yeah.
Well, you know, the Commonwealth are all...
This is a Commonwealth heavy show. Because the
No smelly New Zealanders, though.
no New Zealanders with the
Kiwis, get the fuck out.
with a yes and no.
Brit.
Brit. Are you saying Brit? No, Brit. Yeah, so we somehow... Did we say why this is coincidental? Did we get to...
I said International Nitro.
Yeah,
Okay,
because
we did. Yeah.
International guests.
Yeah, so goddamn Nitro from goddamn London. Chris's hometown. Because everyone...
completely unplanned.
Because, yeah. Yeah, we... Like, if we weren't assholes, we literally just would have watched this last week.
And then we would have been like, oh, we can't watch this.
Yeah, that's true.
So I guess we would have. But instead, we didn't need to do that because we're like, let's not watch Nitro and talk about cats. and Midsummer and The Lion King.
The Lion King.
And then cats again.
The only thing that worries me about being on the show is that I am 2/3 of the listenership.
2/3. 1/3 Chris, 1/3 Goodwin.
And the other one is
1/3 Jose.
I don't know, Starbucks, so he doesn't have to listen. He doesn't have to deal with his family.
So he can
As far as I'm
sit
aware.
in his car in his driveway after coming home from work and prolong going into the house another 40 minutes.
I love the idea of Chris calling out Starbucks. Like, it's such a random thing for, like, one random person to call out another random
I was going to say,
person.
I'm going to get on this podcast and call out other people I know listen to the podcast that live thousands of miles away.
It's a boss
I'm
move.
safe.
It is a boss move.
truly a power move.
It is a power bottom move.
So what's going on with you? We're not going to talk about wrestling for a while, so hunker down.
Agreed. I'd expect no less. Well, I think the obvious is necessary, and that is I am knee deep in fat pussy.
Certainly, that has been the story of the trip.
Yes. Yeah.
Chris can't swat it away as fast as it's coming at him.
I can't move, I can't think, I can't sleep, move or eat without coming across fat pussy.
Chris is on 14 dating apps, and nothing but fat pussy is being slung at him from all angles.
Yeah, it's tragic.
It's
terrible.
insane.
Other than that, being an engineer,
Yep.
hating life.
Sure.
That seems to be a
you're in
common theme.
fine company.
So yeah, fit right in.
Oh yeah, Drew's got a new thing where he in like the velvet on the cushions, he like rubs the velvet the right way and writes slurs on it. So
That way I don't have to say them out loud, but everybody knows what I'm thinking.
I was saying to Chris in the car, I wonder if today will be the third podcast in the row where Drew says the N-word. Stay
Yep,
tuned.
I guess we'll find out.
Ooh.
Cliffhanger.
Cliffhanger.
But yeah, you rode the London Eye recently or what?
Yeah. Good. Me and the Queen.
Look, guys, I get England.
You guys want to talk about
Yes.
Israel? Or how safe prison cells are?
I was going to say, can we talk about one guy from Israel who was in a prison cell and now isn't anymore?
Ooh, spoiler alert.
Oh, guys, anyone who doesn't want Jeffrey Epstein spoilers, please fast forward to minute 52
Of the next
of
podcast.
next week's podcast. Next week, who am I kidding? Next month's podcast of Christmas 2020
We only have 5 left after this, but
I think we got 5 left.
it's such a struggle. Like,
It's tough.
how about this? Let's do all 5 at once.
We've said that before.
Out
We've had these
2.
pie-in-the-sky dreams about watching 5 Nitros.
I think you need to just play each Nitro on 1.5 speed.
Ooh.
That is genuinely. I have watched movies like that. Because what you do is there's a bunch of you and you can't decide on a movie.
Yeah.
So you watch the movie but watch it in 1.5 speed, and then
Get it done.
if everyone hates it, then you didn't waste that much time.
That's true.
What if it looks like you might have liked it had it been in 1 speed?
Then just watch it again but slower.
Okay.
Watch it again but in 0.67.
I will say that I thought this Nitro was actually somewhat enjoyable.
Not a
little
bad
bit.
Nitro.
Yeah, like, it was
Wasn't bad.
bonkers.
It seemed. I must admit it. The time crept up and I was like, oh, it's the end of the show.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
moved okay.
Yeah.
I'm a lot better than some.
I haven't watched like 11 months worth.
Yes.
So-
No, but no, you're right. It definitely moved okay. On that 1.5 speed thing, I have a friend who, for some reason, was just trying to plow through, like, all the movies he'd been meaning to watch. So, like, one summer he would watch, which I find this fucking psychotic. He would watch 2 movies on 2 screens at the same time. I'm like, who
is this?
Are you a sociopath?
What? Wow, that's taking it to the next level. That's not.
Who's the crazy person doing that?
Like a mutual friend of me and Adam. But yeah, it's
like that. I
nuts.
feel like that's not even like you're not even trying to enjoy.
That's what I said. I'm
watching
like,
the movies.
Yeah, he said he watched like 1,000 movies that year.
Jesus.
Yeah. And that was how he did some of them.
I'm
like, why? He said, like, I only did it with movies I didn't think would be that good.
So that's the point.
But he wanted to say he'd watch them, I guess.
Like, if you...
I think, because the way it came up was, like, Marvel movies came up. He's like, and I think he said he had seen most of them, but he's like, yeah, I watched, like, Iron Man and The Incredible Hulk at the same time. I'm like, what?
What?
Yeah, like, I'm like, do you remember 1 second of either movie? Not really.
I don't get it.
Yeah,
well,
no,
that'd be so when when you're watching 2 movies at the same time, there are moments where you think, oh, there was that point in that movie. He will have that for both at the same time.
Yeah, and I guess whichever movie's longer gets the advantage because it gets a little bit of its own time at the end.
Yep.
Like you might get to see one
But
ending
what if?
by itself.
But what if you stop? You put the next movie in, so then this one starts.
Oh, so there's never one at a time.
There's never one at a time.
I mean, he probably did that. Like if he's sociopathic enough to do this, like there's no limit to what he may do.
I mean, last year I watched 430 movies.
Which is a lot.
Which is a lot, but a lot of those are like 4 in one day, and then nothing for a couple days.
Yeah, those are known as your cool days.
Cool days. Those are known as the I don't want people in my life days.
Can't go out today, guys. Having a cool day.
Have a cool day. But like even that is like kind of a struggle.
Yeah. And those 400 were one at a time.
Yes.
But if you're watching those movies, then you won't be hanging out with your friends too much.
That is correct. I won't be getting called a loser or queer by my dad.
Your dad won't call you gay for hanging out with your friends. which is a story that delighted Chris.
Yes. It's a fucking faggot.
You were hanging out with your friends. Hang out with your friends for pussies.
And it's that point in the show where we have achieved cushion swastika.
You don't know that. It's been used in lots of cultures over the history of time.
Yeah, turn it 45 degrees. Like, no, it's the Sanskrit thing.
Exactly.
Shut up. It's a swastika.
It was around before they used it.
It means peace.
It means prosperity.
Don't you love that guy who like defends the swastika?
What do you have a swastika tattoo on your arm?
It was around before Nazis. It actually means
it means
peace.
peace and prosperity, brother.
Yeah.
It means peace and prosperity. And did you know that Frankenstein's the name of the doctor?
Actually, you can say go back to Africa to anyone because we're all originally from there and it's not offensive. Right, guys?
I mean, he's not wrong.
Yeah.
He's not wrong.
Yeah. I love that guy.
You're the only one.
We're skirting very close to race theory here.
Ooh, race theory. Race theory. White people. Good race or the best race?
or the only race.
White people, the only race?
The only race that matters.
The Amazing Race. That's that show about white people, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I must say, coming on the podcast, I was sort of apprehensive about will I be racist enough, but then I remembered. Then I remembered I'm British.
Yeah.
And we invented racism.
You were set.
We were being racist to people a long time ago.
Yeah, you're.
How do you feel about Indian people?
How do you feel about, regardless of what country they're from, calling them Pakis?
Yep. Yeah. See, this is where I get myself in trouble with people who don't know me. In that wrestlers are built and programmed to get a rise out of things.
Yes.
So
We're performers.
Yeah, so I am also, therefore, very good at pointing out the thing which I know would offend someone the most. Mm-hmm. So when I'm in my car, all the racial slurs come out. Like if
in my car, I say N-words a lot.
Like, it's terrible. Like if I get a sniff that someone is a race,
race.
which they probably will be.
You know what odds are they're going to be? A race. Chris Goodwin, race sniffer.
Ooh, don't misspell that.
Sniffer, hard R.
They get the slur. Like if
They
they're
get it.
inconvenient to me in
They're
any
getting
way,
it full.
they get the worst thing.
That
they
man's
can
a
think of.
1/4 Cherokee.
We don't have many of those.
I was gonna say, I know you won't have many of them.
I
over there.
enjoy cutting people off in traffic. Me, big heap bad driver.
Is that his name, or he's admitting to being a bad driver?
Oh no, I like the character Big Heap Bad Driver. I like that. That's his name.
Yeah. Comes from the bad driver clan.
Did I do that Indian voice for probably 4 hours on a Twitch stream once, sitting beside a person of Native American descent? Yes, I did. Regrets? None. Regrets? I've had a few, but not that one.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of Native American.
No, you wouldn't
Not a lot of
to,
boop boops, just a lot of boop boops.
Yeah, you got one kind of
Yep,
Indian,
yep,
but
yep.
yeah.
Or packies, I guess. Alpacas?
Alpacas?
I prefer to just call them brown people, to be honest, because that's.
Would you call a very hairy Pakistani person an alpaki?
No, but I will from now.
But I
on.
will now.
You just started a trend in the UK, my friend.
Hey,
A
if
racist trend.
if I
we love a racist trend.
if I can bring some fun new races to England, I'll have done my part.
Yep.
Do you mess with the yellows, or do you find that they just keep themselves to themselves?
They're not hurting anybody.
They're not hurting
No,
anybody.
that's not there's not a big enough swathe of the population that it's more like the main ethnic minorities are Indians, Bangladeshis, Pakistanis, i.e. brown people, or I guess there are enough Chinese people that there are lots of Chinese restaurants.
Right.
But it's not necessarily the biggest chunk.
Japanese, dirty knees.
Look at these.
Look at these. Do Bangladeshis get special racism, or do they get lumped in with the rest?
Lumped in with the rest.
That's,
Although
that's too bad.
their Indian food, quote unquote, is generally good. Like I think when I look at my favourite Indian restaurants, or favourite curry
Bangladeshi.
houses, right? Bangladeshi.
I don't know if I've. Oh, we've got tits on a cushion, or a butt with 2 pimples.
The second one.
It was the second. We got it.
It was pimple butt.
Yeah, I don't know if I've had like proper Bangladeshi food.
I think it's one of those things where there are a lot of similarities and overruns.
Sure,
Generally, you just tend to. Generally, with my dad discussing cricket with the owners, whether or not you just figure out where they're from,
Sure.
and then you can sort of tie a thread between places that are similar.
Yeah,
Got a lot of Sri Lankans there.
probably a few.
You run into them every now and again.
Tamils.
Tamil tigers.
Tamil tigers.
Yeah. There was a girl that lived next to me in uni in my first year. She was Sri Lankan, and she was a bitch.
So here's what I think about all Sri Lankans.
Well, she was so loud. I once heard the person she was having, like on the other end of the phone she was talking into. I heard that person, not her, not just her.
Yeah.
I could hear the person on the other end. That's how loud she lived her life. Like through a wall, I could hear the person she was talking to.
I like the way you worded that. That is how loud she lived her life. Because it's not just her talking loud; she also has her phone loud. Just everything loud all the time.
Everything. And then I think when I confronted her about it, she was like, "What? What do you mean?" And I was like, "Too loud. You turn it
Too
down.
loud.
Stop it."
Do you know that Scott's a Bengal tiger?
It's not accurate.
He's from India.
It's not accurate.
I've heard the discussions that infuriate everyone.
Andrew,
He's from the Cinder Band.
Look, I am. I am not doing customer support for Microsoft. I am not a Bengal tiger. I am clearly a Siberian tiger. Can you not tell my thick accent?
My friend.
My thick Siberian accent.
There's a friend of mine who, no matter what accent he tries,
Yeah.
it ends up as Pakistani or Indian.
I mean, all roads lead to Pakistan when it comes to accents, but man, yeah, that one's fun to do. I'm not a Bengal tiger though. That's not.
Show me your birth certificate.
It's fake.
Kenya! I knew it!
I hate that you're a tiger birther.
Well,
I mean, although with that logic, you will get to be tiger president in like 6 years. So,
Sick.
so that's pretty cool.
sick. At least your tax information. Nope. Don't have any.
Don't have any. Well, that's its own set of
I've never
problems.
collected money in my life. No income, no paychecks, nothing. I'm off the grid, man.
Yeah. Kelly, where'd you go?
Go do stuff.
But you can't just.
I bet he evacuated his butt.
Might have happened.
That may have been
Out,
hard.
out his wiener.
Is that the medical terminology?
Yeah. That's what scientists call it. Butt evacuation.
Sir, you're in dire need of a butt evacuation. I'm gonna give you this.
Either rectally
It should help
or orally.
It should help the process
Whoa.
slow. Now, I might suggest eating or ingesting an entire turkey rectally
Yeah.
and evacuating out your mouth.
I don't want to talk about this now. I just want to focus on my turkey.
Yeah. Get in there.
Okay.
Okay.
What else is going on in the news? Do we want to get into Epstein, or are we just avoiding it so blood doesn't come out of my ears?
I mean, blood out of your ears would be fun. I don't know that we need to spend a lot of time on it. I mean, I don't want us to start a conspiracy theory podcast.
I thought that's what we were doing after Nitro.
No, we're gonna do 2000 again, the second time.
But in 1.5 speed.
Yeah.
If you would have done that from the start, you'd already be finished.
Oh, we would have been
would
done
be
so
finished.
long ago.
Because we did 2 in a day. Did we do?
No,
We didn't do 3.
I think we did 2 in a day, and that was it.
We did 2 in a day, and somehow that took 9 hours.
We did one. We recorded. We went and got food. We watched the second one while we ate,
Yeah.
and then didn't record right away.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah. It was a whole deal. Like it took
3 hours longer than it should have.
Yeah, it took the whole day.
Yeah. And it was a nightmare.
And it didn't really seem like it was at the time, but then when we finished the second podcast, we were like, "Oh, it's night.
It's dark outside. What happened?
My life. Where is it gone? My God, how did I get here?"
God? Oh, God.
No God. Today's podcast is brought to you by Pepsi Berry, or in French, Pepsi Petit Fruit. Pepsi Small Fruits. There's a French word for berry. I know what it is. It's bailly. B-A-I-E with an umlaut over it.
Okay.
In French for some reason.
What?
That's for real.
You're drunk. Go home.
There's
no umlaut in French.
I'm a little drunk, but
Now, is that
I do
Quebec
know-
or is that France?
I'm talking for Quebec is nonsense language.
Right.
Quebec speaks mostly Pig Latin.
But this is Quebec.
I guess I don't know.
I don't think they're making French
So-
labeled Pepsis in America
So-
in France French.
So Quebecer for berry,
Yeah.
is small fruit.
Because they're retarded. They are literally the worst part of this country. I would
No
take
one-
Albertans over Quebecers.
Bold,
Not
but
the Quebecers.
I would take no one over the Quebecers. The Quebecers rule.
Yes.
But yeah, as a whole, yeah, it's like, yeah, it's kind of like Texas versus Louisiana.
Let's build a wall around them
Mm-hmm.
and fill it with water.
Okay, French can't swim, and they hate water.
And they hate water.
Yeah.
They're like another group of people that I know that also hate water.
What group is that?
We're on our test. He thought he was drowning, had to fight his way out.
That's an American sports reference, Chris, that I'm guessing you don't know because you don't know British sports references.
Correct.
Basketball player by the former name of Ron Artest, now by the legal name of Meta World Peace.
I love it.
Had a drink thrown on him by a fan and punched the fan in the goddamn mouth.
And a bunch of other fans.
And a bunch of other fans for the fuck of it.
Thought he was drowning.
And his defense was, due to the drink being thrown, he thought he was drowning. And had to fight his way out.
That was wild from start to finish.
That was a roller coaster of a
That was
story.
excellent. I can guarantee you a British person has never done anything so exciting. Like, no one ever.
Ron Artest has had a more exciting day than any British person has had a life.
Yes, correct. Can confirm.
That's probably accurate.
Was it also Chris that was obsessed with Honey Boo Boo?
Yes.
Have you seen the mom now?
No.
She's so fucking hot.
I don't think that's true.
She got hotter?
She got... Chris, she found a way.
All right.
Oh my god.
So you might remember her as looking like this.
Mama June.
Yep, correct.
This is what she looks like now.
Woo. Yes,
Smash.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Would.
10 out of 10 would
Yeah.
smash.
10 out of
Former?
10.
I think the world could do with more Honey
Correct.
Boo Boos.
Yes.
And I will provide that
Interesting.
semen.
What What does Honey Boo Boo look like now?
Fat. Like real fat.
Yeah.
Like she's gross.
Any weight that June lost, she found.
Yeah. Come on.
More importantly, how is Uncle Poodle doing? That's what I want to know.
Wasn't who was the diddler?
The new boyfriend.
The new boyfriend.
Oh,
New boyfriend.
not good.
Look, if you in any large
Oh,
damn
oh, that's
Boo
that's not
Boo.
good.
She looks like was there a big fat clown in Spawn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She looks like that.
John Leguizamo.
She looks like John Leguizamo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. She got the fat genes.
What does it say? Oh yeah, in any like larger like family or any gathering in that part of the country, one's gonna be a diddler. You just have to
Remember when the one
work
daughter's
around it. Yeah.
Remember when the one daughter's life goal was to get her butthole
Pierce
pierced?
that
Oh
butthole.
my god, yes.
And she had like a goal weight, but it was up.
It was
It was 450 pounds, I think.
How about 420? Blaze it. 419. Got a pound?
She also had a dumb name too. They called her like
Pumpkin?
Pumpkin.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Why would I say pumpkin? It's pumpkin.
Pumpkin.
Yeah, I forgot what we were
Punkin.
KIA.
Pumpkin.
Is Honey Boo Boo's favourite food still scary and butter?
Scatty and butter.
Well, judging by that picture,
I'm gonna say
yes.
yes.
Oh god, they just cook a skip worth of spaghetti and just drown it in tomato ketchup.
Yeah.
Done. Meal done.
Done.
Delicious.
That's it. That's all you need.
Oh, they got canceled real fast after that whole diddler thing came out.
Yeah. Same with what was the other one? Was it
The Duggars.
The 19 Kids and Counting.
Yeah, the Duggars.
Yeah. Was like the oldest brother fucking the youngest daughter or something.
The oldest son, when he was like 17, diddled one of the daughters when she was like 13. Like his own sister.
Nice.
Nice.
I mean, boo.
boy,
Sorry.
boy, she's ugly, right? No, she's actually pretty hot.
Oh.
Nice. Yeah, I guess just
So 18 non-diddlers in counting. I mean, I still like those odds.
I mean, it's not the best show that TLC's ever put out.
All to the same mother, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're Mormons.
Like, is it all same mother and father?
Same mother and father. Yeah.
So that's so.
I do not like.
And
Well,
all
yeah.
of the kids are pretty much like 9 months apart.
Yeah,
Almost
yeah. So
all
we're
of
talking
them.
like 16 years of pregnancy.
I can see, the first couple of pregnancies the first couple of births being difficult. The last couple cannot have been difficult.
Oh, she might not have
Like-
known she was
like a
pregnant
water
last
slide.
week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that pussy is tore up.
You know what? I bet she's got some fat pussy.
She got some fat
Well,
pussy.
maybe the joke's on us, and it was a cesarean 19 times, and that pussy is still fresh.
Never been used.
19 cesareans.
Like, do they just keep the wound
Oh.
open all year round?
No, they put a zipper in.
Of course. The child pocket.
Zip, whoop, zip.
Who's in here today?
Zip. Oh, you're not ready to come out yet.
You don't have eyes yet. Back you go. Back,
Oops, I pushed its head too hard.
back you go in Mama's oven.
Why? Why does that need
Why?
to be a thing?
But no, you're correct. It's not the best show on TLC.
Scott and I have a secret shame.
We have a secret shame that even Kelly does not approve of, and Kelly is very liberal.
He is liberal. I would say Kelly's a very liberal man.
You know our secret shame. Born this way.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I thought we were going to combine that.
It's the Down syndrome show.
I mean,
I thought it was.
Oh no.
I thought it was Born This Way 90 Days Fiancé combination.
Oh, that's too much.
that's a lot.
That's flying close to the sun.
that's the Down syndrome people finding love in other countries and then bringing those
marrying
people
them for green cards.
Yeah. Oh. All right.
No, that one's tough, but yeah, Born This Way is pretty great.
It's almost back. It's almost back.
Is it? Do we know?
Yeah, it's like the end of September, I think.
Sick. Are we gonna live cast them all?
Yes. We'll live cast them. We will also live stream them on the Facebook page of this.
We're gonna be putting up some touts. Remember when WWE was
Tout
all in on tout?
Tout it out.
Okay, look, is tout still a thing?
No, it went under.
Oh, it's gone.
That's why they stopped using it.
Well, that makes sense.
What was touting?
Tout.
It was some failed social media.
It was
thing.
like their Twitter.
Was it?
Right, yeah.
Well, yeah. What was
Well,
it?
like Vine
Was
and
it Vine? I
Twitter.
think it was Vine.
Vine and Twitter.
Yeah, I think it was videos.
And I like that Vine
Yeah.
went out of business and then they just bring in TikTok. It's like they're just never ends. These damn kids and their
There's kids and the computers.
I don't do the email. What do you mean the email?
Hold the phone. That was very Jewish.
That was Jackie Mason. Yeah, that was full Jackie Mason.
Ah.
Now do
Oh,
some
you got
five-ish
this, and then
Finkel.
you got this. It's the same thing. It's all old Jew. There's no distinction.
Uden.
Uden?
Uden.
What's Uden?
Uden.
Is that the German for Jew?
Ah,
Ah. Oh, we're going there, are we?
Yeah. Well, we already went there. Like, I mean, to be fair, Alex Wright is on the show, and you know what he's into. That gimmick was entirely his decision.
it is cool. They had a German skinhead.
Yeah, it was pretty sick.
That's pretty tight.
With a fucking bodyguard called the Wall.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I like it.
And he had like some fro
Holy shit,
line
is
with
that why
him.
the wall's called the wall?
Shut up.
You're
Are you?
joking,
Bi-
right?
I did not know any
No.
of this. I have not... I,
Really?
Like,
Christopher.
like,
Berlin, the
If you're
Wall.
going to give me a hard on, stop it. We've been through this.
Christopher.
Since watching The Sopranos for the first time, anyone calling me
Christopher.
Stop it.
Christopher.
I dress like a slut now.
I'm gonna go full Adriana on you. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna go get a job on Joey. That's gonna get canceled.
Me listening to this podcast is the first time I've ever taken in any WCW.
Any WCW.
Like
That's right, he was just telling us.
I've seen chunks of things, but not by any means
Okay.
extended programming.
But yes, that is the basis of the wall.
Berlin and the Wall.
The
You know
wall.
what? That's clever.
Pretty good. Pretty good, right?
But it was Berlin spelled with a Y.
Yeah, but you know, you gotta make it
Details.
was the '90s. You gotta make it cool.
A Y or a Z.
Yep.
Berlin's.
And
Yeah.
and he was like, I'm Berlin, I'm going to do it the Wahl.
Oi, fella.
Wait, he was the
Hey,
Swedish
oi,
chef.
fella. I'm Berlin, and I'm coming to get you.
Oh man!
That was so
if
many things
Sheamus came back with a black mohawk and
Oh,
was a
sick.
neo-Nazi,
Oh, I thought you were going to say he would come back with a black one, be the boogeyman.
Yeah, I did say I'm coming to get
Yeah,
you.
he said- he said he
I
was coming to
have,
get
there was a
you.
lot going on in that one.
so we're gonna combine Sheamus, Berlin, and
The
Boogeyman
Boogeyman.
into one person.
Yes,
Is he still white though? Right?
absolutely. No,
He's German.
how about now? Hear me out. And it's been done in wrestling before, so I think it's fine. What if we paint half of him black?
He's the Belfast Boogie Wall.
Done. Also, I wish that was just a tourist attraction in Belfast. Oh, yeah, we go to the boogie wall. Sorry, what?
Is it a wall in honor of the Boogeyman?
No, I think it's a wall where you boogie.
How do you boogie on a wall?
They boogied on the Berlin Wall when it was coming down.
I guess that's fair.
That was the original boogie wall.
Fall.
Yeah.
So the Berlin Wall is the original Boogie Wall.
Yes.
He's in the Boogie Nights,
Uh-huh.
and his manager used to be the Wall. There's one giant circle
I-
connecting
I-
all of these.
I feel
so
like-
is the Wall the Boogie Wall?
I think so. I see you with just a wall full of pictures connected by red yarn. And you haven't slept in days.
No, I'm Charlie in that episode of the
Exactly,
It's
yeah.
Always
I
Sunny.
walk in and you're like, it all makes sense!
Bird law.
We had half an hour. Do we have to talk about wrestling?
We're almost at 45 minutes.
35.
35.
Grow up, Kelly. Grow the fuck up.
Eat my dick.
All right, but grow up.
How do I grow up?
I think he wants you to grow
Oh, that way?
Just
Okay,
dick. Then I will eat
all
it.
9 inches flaccid.
I could do that.
Paint can.
Yeah, I told you, it's not...
It's not long.
long,
It's thick.
So it's 9 inches wide.
Good.
3 inches thick, 3 inches long,
Yeah.
9 inches wide.
Hockey puck.
While soft.
Frisbee. They call him the frisbee.
Because
It
the only
is.
way to give him pleasure is to catch it in your mouth.
Yes. He needs special
Or
pants.
throw it over long distances.
Yeah, and have a dog bite it.
He might be into that. We don't know. Okay. There was some wrestling.
Nitro
In London.
in London, November
Oh, in
13th.
London.
Oi! Oi!
Oi.
Mate! You what, mate? You
God
what?
blimey!
God blimey! You have a wrestling show in London.
In merry old England.
Mario. Yeah.
Please don't make me talk like that anymore.
No,
A bad
promises.
a bad interpretation of my own.
I was gonna say
accent.
I love the idea of doing a bad version of your own accent. Like I guess we can sort of do bad Canadian.
Yeah.
But like bad Canadian is just Minnesota.
Kinda.
Sheamus and Drew Galloway are a perfect example of doing bad versions of their
their
Yeah,
accents.
they sound like they're doing
sound
fake
fake.
accents. They're such like stereotypical accents.
Yep,
They don't
yep,
sound real.
Yep, I go with that.
Like he's so Scottish and so Irish. They're just pirates. They just sound like pirates.
Yeah. Well, we all do, don't we?
You sort of do.
Yeah, I guess.
You sound like a gentleman pirate though.
Ooh, classy.
Like you did like your jacket is definitely like velvet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, sure. Lots of lace going on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And, like I drink wine instead of I don't know whatever else pirates drink. And
Do you know how long it took me to realize the Cake album "Take Off Your Shirt and Jacket"?
Take off your pants and
Or "Take Off Your Pants and Jacket"?
Was that Cake or Blink
Well, it's
182?
Blink-182, I think.
Oh, Blink-182, yeah.
Why would it be take off your shirt?
That still makes sense.
Let's go deep on that.
Because you gotta take off your shirt so you don't go up onto your shirt.
That's true. Safety first.
Yeah, well, also less laundry.
True.
You can wear that shirt again tomorrow.
I can.
And then also take it
jacket
off while
again.
you're jacket.
So anyway, I'm guessing
Take off your pants
we
and jacket.
may not have realized the
Took me a while.
clever play on words for a little while.
Took me a while.
Like today,
Like, as you were having this conversation, I just thought
right
to
now.
myself,
Wait a minute.
wait a minute.
One
This was my Berlin the Wall.
one of those. I feel like I have two big ones of those, but I can never pull the second one. But the one I always remember that I did not get for it would definitely be measured in years was that Shanghai Noon was a pun.
Ah. But you were younger.
I was
32?
37. But yeah, and then one day I was just looking at the box at Blockbuster and just like everything went dark around and there was just like this focus of light on it. I was like, oh no, it's a thing.
What about Shanghai Nights? What about Shanghai Pierce?
Henry or Phineas?
Henry.
Henry. Phineas was Tex Slazenger.
Yeah.
Nice.
Dumb names.
That might be the other way around.
No, I think
Nah,
Henry
I
was
guess you're
Shanghai.
right. I'll allow it.
if we're talking realizations, can I go with mine that I had that I told you about earlier?
I insist.
So we have Canada geese in the UK,
Right.
And I recently
Keep in mind the name of the geese.
Yeah.
important clue in the name. I recently came to or read somewhere that they are an invasive species in the UK.
Huh.
And that made
Doesn't
me go.
surprise me.
I went, oh yeah, fuck.
Oh.
like it surprised me.
All
And I consider myself an ornithologist. I am not kidding. Like I am into birds.
Do you consider yourself an expert in bird law?
Bird law? No.
Okay.
I would just like to point out to you that they are assholes. And
They are assholes.
The reason-
and they're not scared of you.
the reason that people in Canada are so nice is because all of the bad, evil things are
Is
put
in the geese.
into the fucking geese.
Yes.
They bite, they hiss, they are not afraid of people.
I think everyone, because at uni there were lots of them around on campus. I think people are just pussies. They're fine. Honestly, they can do whatever. I've fed them bread by hand.
There is a lake
I'm sorry.
no
Don't-
less than
Okay.
4 minutes from here, and we go there and you go walk up to a goose and see what
I
happens.
will do it naked, cock first, and I will be fine.
They are like a couple of tweaks away from being the dominant species on the planet.
Yeah. If they can just figure out that we taste good, then we're fucked.
Or if they get like stingers or something, it's over.
When in that episode of South Park, when the otters take over, it really should have just been the Canadian geese.
Yeah, it should be Canada geese. Yeah.
Ugh, they're dicks. They're just dicks. Anyways.
But I'm glad they're ruining your country.
One could say the Conservative Party are doing that.
Oh,
Oh, DJ Z got here, apparently.
Set off the edgy political alarm.
Edgy, just pointing out the leading political party and going,
It's bad.
I don't like them.
Especially in that accent. Well, I feel people who talk like that would be into them.
That's true. Drew, I don't love the stance you're taking. You're up, which has already put me back on my heels. This is a sit down podcast. You're up. You've got a very wide stance,
And it's
getting wider.
wider.
Jeans ripping wide.
Yeah. Gotta open that hole.
You look like you're about to make a speech. What? You are fired up. All right. What?
How's that arm of yours?
It's not great.
Put it out.
I like that you threatened to break my arm
With
if
a fork.
With a fork, if it wasn't already broken.
Yes. I'm gonna keep that arm broken for years. This is like
You're
the
gonna misery
zipper.
me?
This is like the zipper belly.
Oh, is it the zipper?
Your arm.
I mean, it does.
staying broken
there is
for years.
literally a zipper on the bottom of it.
Gonna get a new one. Gonna get a new hole.
Ooh,
I'm gonna make new holes.
I would love a new hole.
I feel the zipper's a real thing.
Actually,
I think it's a real, not for that.
Not the
Sure.
cesarean
Not the
zipper.
cesarean.
That's insane.
but there has to be something like that, I'm sure.
I like the zipper that goes directly into your uterus. That's interesting. Do you like how long before somebody has sex with it? If that was a real
immediately.
thing,
You definitely said your uterus a lot more comfortably than you should have done.
Oh, Chris, have I got news for you?
Oh, wow.
This is a trans podcast. We
trans species,
all, yeah, we all got bottom surgery.
the surgery.
Yeah,
When they give you bottom surgery, they don't give you a uterus.
I'm pretty sure.
No.
Drew, I'm a doctor.
You're a doctor?
Yeah,
Fucking right, some doctor.
fucking right, I'm a doctor. All right, Drew's sitting. I'm more comfortable now.
All right.
Tell us about Nitro.
Well, the first note I made was the fact that Brian Clark was wearing a sick Iron Cross shirt.
Oh yeah, so they brought out like everyone, and Brian Clark had like the mesh
See-through.
shirt with a non-see-through black Iron
Massive
Cross
black
across
Iron
the chest.
Cross, yep.
It was a sick look, and I want it.
Why isn't he Triple H's best friend?
They should be friends.
They should be best friends.
Also, I'm pretty sure Chronic were the ones that invented Antifa.
So everybody comes out so that Flair can come out and cut a big, long-winded promo.
Forgot this happened.
And Flair,
All I can remember was the shirt. I'm like,
Flair
why
announced that
happened?
there was
blacked
going
out
to
after the shirt?
be a London lethal lockdown.
Triple L.
Lethal lottery, not
Lethal lottery.
What did you say?
Oh, I wrote
Lethal
lockdown.
Drew, you got TNA on the brain again.
Well, you
Another
know.
a classic Drew TNA blunder.
Sorry, I do love it.
Drew, who's your favorite dup?
Dup. Well, Trevor Murdoch, probably.
Yeah,
But only because he was teaming with Lance Cade, R.I.P. Gone too soon.
we lost him.
So Flair announces the teams for later tonight, and then the winning team.
It's a dumpy.
Go for it. I believe in you.
Hold on a
I'm
sec.
with you.
A dumpy, unusual, fat pal, but fat with a
PHAT, of course.
Fat pal.
He's unusual, but he's fat. Like cool.
So Flair announces the 4 teams and the winning team.
Sorry, I've got another DUPP.
God damn it.
Dicks up, Paw Patrol. It's a popular show for kids. They love it.
Oh, I bet you there's way too much porn of it.
Oh, I bet there is. All right, post podcast activities. Paw Patrol porn.
Anyways, Flair.
Will that put us on a list? Because I
Yes.
assume the characters, though animals, are underage on the show. So is porn of them child porn?
No, I don't think so.
Is it puppy porn?
This is getting very close to previous bestiality
It's
discussions.
fine.
Do you guys want to look up the legality of bestiality laws again, and also ages of consent?
Chris and I were talking about that yesterday. Chris is I meant to say it because I know Chris is a big fan. We didn't say hi to the dude dogs out there.
Oh,
But
too late.
Too late. We lost them.
They've moved on.
But Chris, big dude dog fan, as are all of us.
Yep.
Two dogs. So Flair announces the teams. The winning team will face each other on Thunder for a chance at the world title on the Nitro
Whoa.
after Mayhem.
So yeah.
However-
so in 2 weeks.
2 of the people in said tournament.
2 of the 8 people in this tournament are the world champion and #1 contender.
and the man facing him at Mayhem.
Yeah.
So in theory,
If either of them wins,
if either of them
they have a
wins-
50-50 chance of facing themselves on Nitro the night of the Mayhem.
You know what? I'm in for a Steiner versus Steiner match.
On board.
Scott versus Scott.
Totally.
I don't want
No,
Rick.
Scott-
I don't want Rick in there. Get the
Fuck Rick.
Get
Scott-
Rick the fuck out of
Yeah.
there.
2 Scots beat Scott and Rick.
Um,
Imagine if the Steiner brothers were Scott and Scott.
Scott Steiner and Scott Steiner. The couple things that Flair really struggled to get through this promo.
It was weird.
One of them.
He had a lot to say. Well, first of all, it was clear every single performer on the show was jet lagged.
This was their Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. This was their Saudi Arabia / Vietnam.
Yeah, everybody was just dog shit on the show. All the promos were bad. Almost all of the matches were horrible.
But a couple
But a couple were awesome.
were bangers.
So Flair really struggled. He referred to the cruiserweight title as the cruiser heavyweight title.
But then fixed himself.
But then fixed himself.
He did catch himself, yeah. But I do like the cruiser heavyweight title.
He also said something that the crowd popped for, and he went, "Woo! Play by the rules."
Yeah, he was telling Mike Sanders to stay in line.
Yeah.
Well, because Mike Sanders is the commissioner.
Yeah.
Flair is the CEO.
Yeah.
So Flair said, "Mike Sanders, even though you're the commissioner, I can overrule anything you say. So it really doesn't matter whatever you do." And like, woo! Play by the rules.
Something
which
that
is
he definitely does.
which is a non-Flair thing said in Flair cadence.
I mean, the fact that he's the dirtiest player in the game,
Yeah.
and he's getting
Play by the
playing by
rules.
the rules.
He's a good guy now. So.
He's a good guy now, so he's got to play by the rules. We got a really bad Vito and Crowbar promo in the back, but it wasn't a bad promo because
They were screwing up.
They were
or
screwing up.
anything.
It was because it was like
Polite?
It was super polite. Like they were being really friendly with each other, but like Vito kept just sort of like throwing phantom punches, like
was like-
shadow
like,
boxing.
yeah, shadow
but
boxing.
like non-stop the whole promo.
Yeah.
And is it that I don't know if it was polite? It was just that they were talking in a manner that was like, there's nothing threatening or like aggressive about this. It was very.
It was low energy.
Again, yeah, they were jet lagged, so they're just like, let's get these over with, so we can fucking do the thing.
Yep.
Blah blah blah.
It was
Like,
quite robotic.
Yeah, exactly.
It wasn't
Yeah.
very natural.
This led to Vito challenging Crowbar for the Hardware title, so they come up for the match. I mean, it was mostly just Vito kicking his ass.
Kicking Crowbar's ass.
There was. See, here's the interesting part about having a Brit on the podcast is that he pointed out some interesting information regarding the weapons used in the match.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
these were
Chris
things I
ruined the
noticed.
magic for me, basically.
So-
Ruin the magic
Sure.
for you.
Because
In the UK, we do not have cylindrical aluminium.
aluminium, he said it.
Oh!
Confetti from the ceiling. Lasers.
We did it, everyone.
Ba, 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 da, ba, 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 ba.
trash, like cylindrical trash cans. You can get those, but they are not commonplace at all. And the same goes for like the tables that were laid out. We don't have tables like
Which
that.
is hilarious to me if they flew those tables over.
Of course they did. They must have done.
That's
Of course they did.
amazing.
But the
As they're losing $60 million that year.
they also
Did they make money on this show, I wonder?
On the house, I bet they did.
Yeah.
Because I didn't hear the story. Because the only places they've sold tickets in the world
Australia.
in 2000 are Australia and England.
Yeah.
Because the U.S. is done with them.
Yes.
But international is so starved for wrestling that they'll see anything. Case in point, 2000 WCW.
Should have stayed in Europe.
But I didn't hear the story about England that we heard in Australia was they sold out all the shows,
Right.
but they made a dumb deal with the venues saying any seats that are unsold, we will buy back. And that was not accounting for the
Everything
stage,
behind the
all the
stage,
stuff. So they
up
had
top.
to buy back all of the unsellable seats and still lost money because they're fucking retarded. But I didn't hear that story about England, so I bet they actually made money on this show.
Probably.
So congratulations.
On
I guess you can fly in some tables.
magic.
Yeah. The match was mostly just Vito kicking Crowbar's ass. There was one spot where Vito threw Crowbar over the guardrail, and he, landed super hard on his arm on the rim of the garbage can and looked like he was seriously hurt.
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean, of course, with any match going on, there was bad interference by Reno.
That's okay. Reno only interfered once tonight.
Yes, only once. We will not see him 2 more times.
Yeah.
So next out is all the Natural Born Thrillers to cut a promo.
Wait, hold on a sec. Go back. Tell me the finish of this match.
Yeah.
The finish
So
was
Crowbar got his ass kicked
scary.
the whole match. And then Reno... So here's the thing. First, Slick Johnson gets kicked and knocked out. So the referee in a hardcore match gets taken out.
So he can't disqualify them for things he
Can't
disqualify them for.
So Vito goes up top to do a splash through the table.
Crowbar
catches him. He cuts off Crowbar. Meanwhile, Reno comes through the crowd with a bat.
with
a baseball
with
bat.
a bat. Gets beside the ring too early.
Too early.
And then has to wait.
Has to wait for
until
Crowbar to get
Vito
knocked
knocks
off.
Crowbar off. Then climbs up.
Clobbers
Vito
him.
with the bat.
Then
Crowbar to the top rope.
Crowbar all the way to the top.
Gets him in superplex position.
Vito standing on the second.
Both feet on the second rope. Because you can do a superplex fine to the guy taking it with one foot on the top
Yes.
rope.
Yeah.
He did not have even the one. And Crowbar's like, all right, I'm all the way up, have been for a little while.
Yeah.
It's time for you to come up.
Vito's
like,
did not want to.
Not going to do it.
Not interested.
Not going to do it. Wouldn't be prudent. As Vito as George Bush Sr.
Cool.
Grabs a big old chunk of those tights.
Big old turn of those tights.
And just shoots him.
Shoots him up.
A larger man than him.
Yeah, and Vito doesn't really go all the way over at first.
Yeah, it was like,
Crowbar starts to fall backwards as Vito's coming over.
As he's starting
and
to go.
then Vito goes
Yeah.
over at the last second.
It was a little bit scary.
It was real scary.
Yeah.
Sketchy.
Yeah.
And we're like, good start.
So yeah, it looked like this is going to be a DDT, and then
Yeah.
nope.
Yeah. So the Natural Born Thrillers come out to cut a promo about all of them turning on Nash, which, let's not get into that, but none of that turn makes sense. But this brought up the conversation of who is the most fuckable natural born thriller.
The natural born.
Now, Scott has a
fuckability.
strong stance on
I think O'Hare's number
Sean
one.
O'Hare. I say Chuck Palumbo.
I'll give Palumbo number 2.
See,
I don't like curly hair.
I
can't in good conscience put curly hair.
I
number
think
one.
Sean O'Hare has a weird nose and a weird jaw,
I think he looks a little bit like a huge rat.
which is why you
but I think that's kind of cute.
because you want to eat him. I still think Palumbo's number 1.
Sanders wouldn't be bad with a better hairline,
Sure.
Sure.
but that's
And if he wasn't a vanilla midget.
yeah, but that's going to cost him points.
Yeah.
I think I'd probably go with Palumbo.
Christopher
Stasiak.
Stasiak,
Really?
Makeup.
Oh, that's
that's
right.
right.
Stasiak, whether he is or not, Stasiak always looks like he's wearing makeup.
And that makes it
Chris is
less
like,
gay.
That is not gay.
Supposedly.
Supposedly.
Fuckable face, therefore, number 1.
Supposedly.
Oh, who said supposedly?
Stasiak.
Oh, Stasiak said it. Yeah. Also, the woman at the gas station we were at last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has a dumb mouth,
they're full of hop.
I don't know. I feel like that's a Palumbo 2-1, Scott. I feel like Chuck's the guy.
Two Palumbos to one Stasiak to one O'Hare. There's your
Chuck,
there it is.
Chuck Palumbo, congratulations. Most fuckable natural
Most
born
fuckable.
killer.
You know what? I respect democracy as much as Donald Trump, so I don't respect it at all.
Counter.
We need to just get the app on the phone.
But anyway, listeners, weigh in, send us, tweet us, Instagram us, tout us, your
MySpace us.
MySpace us, your most fuckable
ICQ us.
ICQ us. Yeah, hit me up on my ICQ number 6430308. I don't know why that's still in there.
Because you have autism.
I do.
Because you don't push things out.
No, they don't, but I can't get new things in.
I'm sorry.
I don't know what I did this morning.
I don't make up the rules.
What was the one from MySpace? Nexus or
Nexopia.
But was that a mainly Canadian thing?
It must have been.
I think it was.
I have no idea what you're
Yeah.
talking
Yeah,
must have been
and I didn't. I missed it. I only heard about it from Mitch.
Because you were like 40.
Maybe I was.
And it
too
was for
old Nitro.
teenagers.
It was for the teens. But sometimes I like to sneak my way into things for the teens.
Ooh, didn't Kenny K work for them?
he always had a
Did he
shirt.
work for them, or
Yeah.
did he just like them a
He
lot?
was a fucking weirdo. He probably
Johnny
liked
K,
them.
Johnny
Or
K.
Johnny K. Johnny K.
Yeah.
Johnny Cage?
Could have been Johnny Cage.
All right. Continuing the trend of horrible promos, we get the Cat and Elix Skipper.
Well, it's just sorry to finish on that up. Or did you might have already Nash comes out and challenges them. So
Oh, yeah.
they're gonna do a
We
fuck.
might. I think we got into fuckability.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, Nash does come out and challenges them to a three. Well, he says it doesn't matter if he faces all 6 of them, and then Sanders makes it a
Challenge
4 corners
3 of
match.
them to a 4 corners
So it's
match,
him-
which is ostensibly a handicap
It's
match.
but with tags in 3 corners.
Yeah,
it's fucking stupid.
dumb. Also, if Nash is involved, he's the most fuckable.
He is the most fuckable, but he's not anymore. So
But he's not. I understand.
he's the silverback. So to continue the bad promos, we get the Cat and Elix Skipper. Skipper is hitting on Miss Jones and telling her, "Why are you with
I
him?"
was gonna say, how is Skipper hitting on Miss Jones? Is he hitting on her with a cool black guy voice, or is he hitting on her with a dumb bitch voice? The second he opened his mouth, I'm like, listen to this dumb
He's
bitch.
not Bobcat Goldthwait.
He's Bobcat Goldthwait. So, but the best thing is that when the promo starts, they're in the hallway walking towards the Cat's office, where the door clearly opens too soon and then closes.
Yeah.
And then as they get to the door, the Cat just walks out and throws a bottle or a glass of water in Elix Skipper's face and tells him to get the fuck out of there.
It's not like a full glass. It's
It
like
was
a quarter.
It was like a quarter of a glass. But just like the timing of like door, throw,
Yeah,
it was
get out of
like-
here.
Yeah, he didn't care who's on the other side of the door.
Or if he got Miss Jones, like
Yeah.
he could have got anybody. He didn't care. Okay, so the first match of the Lethal Lottery is Steiner and Sting versus Mike Awesome and Bam Bam Bigelow.
Which was the first team announced, and we were like, sick team.
Yeah, we're like, Awesome and Bigelow's pretty fucking good.
But they don't like each other.
No, of course. Why would
And-
they put them together?
And our weekly game, what is Bam Bam wearing?
The
Is
answer
he wearing full gear?
is he wearing a WCW t-shirt? Is he wearing a Bam Bam Bigelow t-shirt?
Is he wearing sweatpants?
Is he wearing
tights?
sweatpants? Is he wearing tights?
What's he got?
He is wearing tights.
Tights? Pretty good. Good start.
And a Harley Davidson Alabama
Ooh,
shirt.
You lost me up top, Bam Bam. You had me
Not
down low.
even wrestling related.
You had me bottom.
He also-
lost me top.
He is also looking pretty hefty.
He's big.
He's a hefty
like,
boy.
He's never in his life been a small
No.
man. He's fatter than you.
He's
Yeah,
fatter
he's
than
fatter.
usual.
Yeah,
He's
puffy looking.
He's puffy,
facially,
yeah.
facially puffy.
You don't want that. You don't want the puff. You can be big and not have the puff.
unless you're a poof.
Unless you're a poof. Y'all still say that?
Poofed.
A poofed after?
I regularly call faggots that. Yes.
Oh my god!
Jesus.
Wowzers.
Does that mean I can say the N word?
I mean, you're going to anyway.
This match. Oh boy, this match.
This was a fucking mess.
Like I almost think of it as this match wasn't planned, and then they were just like, "Oh, you guys have 30 minutes. Get out there."
Was the Lethal Lottery shoot?
I mean, some of it
Like,
seemed
if
like
you
it
told
might
me
have been.
that, I'd believe it.
Yeah, because like it was a very sloppy tournament.
Yeah.
The whole thing was just a disaster. But like Steiner goes into one corner and he
Oh yeah.
It's the beginning of the match, and it's clearly the very standard faces whip heels off the same ropes and hit a move.
yeah.
However, one face whipped the heel off the ropes. One face decided to go corner to corner.
So, but the thing is, Steiner went corner to corner and then ran in at Mike Awesome.
Yeah.
And then Sting, seeing that Steiner's in the wrong place, still proceeds to whip Bam Bam.
Whip Bam Bam anyway.
While Steiner's trying to do a belly-to-belly
Mike Awesome
out of the corner.
So they have an awkward,
Like-
giant Yeti Hogan hug for a second, and then Steiner's like, "Get the fuck out of here!" and then hits the belly anyway, and Awesome lands on his neck.
And then just like everything else in the match was just like, it seemed like they were always in each other's way. Like when Sting goes to do a Stinger splash on Awesome, Bam Bam literally just like sees it and like gets out of the ring, like gets out of the way. You know, it's like it was just super sloppy.
Yeah, like no communication.
Not really long at all.
No.
And then Steiner wins with the Steiner Recliner on Awesome.
Yeah, it was very short, I believe.
Yeah,
It was pretty short. It was the shortest of the matches, I
but
think.
long enough to be a total mess.
It always is.
We're saying just like WCW's at a point where even good people can't do anything right.
Don't try.
Yeah,
If you're good, don't try.
The lesson is never try.
Never try. Unless you're Lance Storm. Then you can try.
Unless you're Lance Storm.
So then, one of the other teams in the tournament, the other match is the Boogie Knights, spelled with an N, not a K, and
At first.
against Sting and Steiner.
The Boogie Knights randomly.
Against Booker and Luger.
Boogie Knights randomly drawn as a team.
Randomly drawn as a team.
Yeah.
They decide that they can beat Booker and Luger, but they
they're scared
don't want to face Scott Steiner,
facing Steiner.
because he's a lunatic.
Yes.
So they go to Chronic and try to get the money back from Chronic that they paid them on Thunder for something.
Yeah, by
saying that
selling
like
Chronic
we're
their
going to
spot.
give you our spot, and Chronic was like, hold up, bitch, that's a bad deal for us. And they're like, well, what do you want? You pay
First of all, because Chronic is about breaking necks and cashing checks.
checks. Yeah.
Not writing checks.
Not writing checks, because they can't read or write, because they're both legally retarded.
They're retarded, but that shirt ain't retarded.
Them titties ain't
Them
retarded.
titties ain't retarded.
So they trick the Boogie Knights into paying them
For the
to
spot.
take their
To take the
spot.
spot, yeah.
So,
In English dollars.
in English dollars.
Yeah, so Chris identified some 50-pound notes.
They looked pink reddish,
Yep.
which would suggest 50.
50 pound English dollars.
Yeah, 50 English dollars. Our 50 notes are also reddish pink.
Ah. And also have the Queen on them?
Yes, and also have the Queen on them. We're not. I don't like that tone.
Suck it.
I don't like that tone one
He
bit.
owns you.
We're not a real country.
He owns you.
Oh, rather, she owns us.
Yes.
Thank you.
And all the swans in England.
I'm not sure how. I think she is in charge of them, per se.
In charge. Do they do what she says?
Well, I don't know. I've never been on the rough end of the Queen, so.
She doesn't own them, but she's in charge of them.
like they're under her protection,
All right,
rather.
that's fair.
Really, a 98-year-old woman is going to protect
Is
a bunch
the
of
Swan
swans.
Queen.
Well, not personally, you twat.
It seems like personally.
The way you were saying it, it sounds like her daily routine is get up and bodyguard the swans. She's taking bullets for swans.
Young man, get away from those swans.
Is she even capable of talking anymore?
Oh yeah, she can go.
She's sharp, actually.
She's good.
Yeah.
I guess inbreeding's good for something.
Yeah, somehow inbreeding works now. Like, we perfected inbreeding.
Well, I guess royal families protect.
I'm thinking your family might not have. The Smiths are still plugging away.
You know what? I actually can't marry another Smith because there's always a small chance I'm related to them.
That's true. That did not stop Nick Price from dating Shirley Price.
That's true, but didn't they claim that they weren't related?
They claimed a lot of things.
Where's
She
the
also
proof?
claimed that she wasn't fucking Al, but here we are.
Or maybe Austin?
Or maybe Austin. Maybe most of VCW?
I once had sex under the blankets on a bed, while her and Nick had sex on top of the blankets
That's
on the
nice.
bed.
That counts as...
I wasn't allowed to watch though, which I didn't want to, but I also was like, if my
Don't tell me what to do.
if my head wandered, it was like, here, you're here. I'm like, but I want to see what's over there. I want to be grossed out by that. Look, the only way I'm keeping this is if you let me watch that.
Yes. Yeah, I'm not staying hard by fucking you.
Yeah. I'm staying hard by looking at Nick's dick.
Yeah.
His tiny Jewish dick. I hope he doesn't hear that and then kick my ass.
He will. He's much bigger than you.
He is much bigger than me. So after this happens, then we get fucking tattletales. These
Fucking
little
tattletales.
bitch-ass bitches.
The filthy animals.
Goddamn Mexicans.
Living up to their name.
Fucking Mexicans.
Billy Kidman. Mexican.
Conan. Mexican. Tigress. Mexican.
Ray.
Rey Mysterio. Nicaraguan.
White bread American stock.
I mean, he is American.
He's American.
Merc.
Oh yeah, literally 0 Mexicans.
Yeah.
We did it.
Yeah. I mean, I guess Hoovy before he got fired. They fucking rat them out
Immediately
to Ric Flair.
Like, hey, Rick, Boogie Nights sold their spotted karate. Hey, go punch them.
Hey Rick, the only way we can get on the show is if we ratted all of our
Yeah.
coworkers.
I'm like, oh, that was a pretty like 2019 move by the filthy animals. Like this is as pertinent today as it was then.
Guys, you do know it's not real.
What?
You're getting really upset
What do you mean?
about someone's bad WCW writing.
What do you mean?
Get woke, stay woke, bro.
They told on
Yeah.
the Boogie Nights.
Yeah, they ratted them out.
They got them in trouble.
Oh,
And
sorry, my mistake. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I actually didn't write down the other Flair thing because I was running out of room. I think after
Flair went and told Boogie Nights,
hey, I saw what you did, idiots.
but we like karate better than you anyway, so
Yeah,
it's fine.
but
But you guys get something special.
we
later.
got a special thing for you later. So in the back, we get a promo where... Oh, I guess I also didn't write this down. Earlier, Lance Storm was trying to get his match with General Erection tonight instead of the pay-per-view,
pay-per-view.
but he gets cut off by Steiner being a crazy person, so we never actually get an answer, but then I guess somehow
Someone said it's happening.
Sanders has said it's happening.
One of the 14 authority figures said it's happening.
So then there is a promo in the back that is all of the MIA where they're talking about Storm, where the Wall delivers an awesome line of only sailors and strippers.
Only sailors and male strippers.
And male strippers have the name Lance.
Yeah.
And that's
That was
it.
it.
That was it. That was the whole thing.
His whole contribution
They went from Hugh Morris
He flew
to
to
Chavo
England to say that.
That's what he did. And being the brawl at the beginning.
Sure.
That was pretty funny. So Rection accepts the challenge or whatever, so we're going to have that match later. Next, we get Luger and Booker versus Chronic.
We do.
If you thought that Sting and Steiner versus Awesome and Bigelow was a clusterfuck, this match was
Wowzers.
bonkers.
Save it for later.
Not only did it
forget it.
have...
No, it'll ruin if I something for the next. Yeah, sure.
Not only did it have, first of all, Luger did some fucking good shit in this match. Like a big-ass suplex on,
easily.
on Brian Clark. Super easily.
Yeah.
Just got him up no problem.
Like, I think he is strong. He's just scared of
I kind of feel
shattering.
I kind of feel like what it was that all that time of not being allowed to be on TV, and now he's back with a vengeance. So
Yeah.
he's like, oh, I'm gonna prove to people
good
that
to
I'm
go.
fucking good.
I'm going to do a suplex.
I mean, he's not good, and I'm glad he's fucking crippled.
Sure.
But
he killed Elizabeth.
he killed Elizabeth. 100% he killed Elizabeth. But so yeah, Luger did some cool stuff, but then just Brian Clark and Brian Adams just seem like they are the most uncoordinated big muscle men.
They perhaps should not be wrestlers.
Yeah.
It's like they don't know how to anticipate a move happening.
Yeah.
You know,
Or strikes.
or even how to get out of the way of someone else. It's just they're told to stand in this exact spot and wait for the thing to happen.
Got it, boss.
But then something gets moved around in the match,
Uh-oh.
and it's just but where is he?
I was told to stay
I'm right here. This is my spot. Yeah, it was just so much clusterfuck. Luger took death sentence.
No, high times. No.
The
Yeah,
Is that a death sentence?
No, it's the one with the. Is it a
Lethal-
name of a Metallica song?
Lethal injection?
no.
I think it's a death sentence.
I think it's a death sentence.
No. Brian
No.
Clark has a death sentence. Brian Adams does.
It's a song title.
Oh no, let's look it up.
Look it up,
Kelly,
Kelly.
look it up.
Look it up, Kelly. Look it up. Look it up, Kelly. Look it up.
Can we also mention that every single Chronic match there was on this show started with, I forget which one of them, doing a pile driver.
Oh my God.
And in the most dangerous fashion.
Is that what you were talking about? Was your thing?
No.
Okay,
It was just
okay,
like, yeah, I won't say it, but
Brian Adams.
So Brian Adams did 2 pile drivers tonight, both of which were legitimate attempts to cripple his
The
opponent.
most dangerous moves.
I don't know what the fuck he's doing. He like falls down sideways.
But he also
does
jumps.
it halfway through the guy
Yeah,
going up.
the order of things
Yeah.
is like kick, grab for pile driver, lift up. As he's lifting up, sit out as fast
Sit
as you
out
can.
sideways.
Yeah.
And he lets go with one hand.
Yes.
Yep.
It's insane.
He almost killed Lex Luger.
Yeah. And then
And
Sting.
Sting.
And then Sting.
Yeah.
The one on Sting was just as...
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
But the match finishes with Booker. So Booker tried to go. Booker and Brian Clark were supposed to do like ropes, duck the line, kick to the stomach, go for the axe kick. But like when Booker went to do the kick to the stomach, Brian Clark ducked. So he ducked into the kick. And then him and Booker kept trying to do the like heel cutoff.
Yeah, it wasn't happening.
And then so the first time, like they both went for it. Booker hit him, and so he sold. So then Booker went to hit the ropes, but he didn't stay in position for the axe kick. So then Booker had to stop to grab him. They do a whip, but it was like whip and not let go of the arm.
Yeah, because you're not sure if it's being
yeah,
reversed
and then
or
so
not.
then he whips him the opposite side, and they both go for the knee again, and they hit each other, and then both go down.
Yeah.
And then there's just like a pause where like they both realize like they fucked up. What's the next spot? How are we correcting this? But there's no communication going on.
Nope.
Eventually, that's when they get up, goes for the whip. He ducks, tries to duck what he thinks is a line, gets kicked, and then just like turns so that Booker can do the axe kick. Does the scissor kick. Then he goes to get Brian Adams for the bookend. And Steiner runs down while Brian Adams is distracting the referee. Clobbers him with the pipe.
Yep.
And then Booker takes a okay high times.
Yeah,
And then
it was fine.
pinned.
Yeah.
So now Chronic moves on.
Kelly, have you found this goddamn movie?
No, it doesn't say, it just says Full Nelson Slam. Damn. But apparently he did a Tilt-A-Whirl Slam that was called Tour of the Islands.
What?
Oh,
yeah,
I mean,
'cause he was a
from-
Hawaiian.
He's
boy.
Hawaii. He's
I'll
a.
be goddamn. I'm gonna have a word with Jeffrey Cobb, that adorable Hawaiian.
You're never going to see him again.
Oh. No, he's gonna break his ROH contract.
No, he's not. I feel like if he was going to, he would have
Sorry,
already
I was searching for important information, but we talked about the both go for the heel cut off.
Yes.
hit, stop, and then
it was
wait.
like Ron kind of hit him, and he kind of tries to go with the same thing. Let's try it again.
and then both go down.
We both go down because like we're
and
fucking
wait.
sick of this. Like
It was tough.
I mean, jet lag is a motherfucker.
Yeah.
So
Well, I've wrestled
Chris is fine.
after having been awake for approaching 24 hours. I have wrestled.
same.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've done
And,
it.
like it's fine. It's
all right.
You get by.
You don't have to be a total spaz.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. In fact, I delivered a delicious M1, having had very little sleep over the 20 when I wrestled at VBW.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Yeah,
That was a delicious M1.
That was a match
Yep.
on
that
limited
fucking
sleep.
day.
That was a good day.
That fucking day.
Hey, Chris got a match.
Yes, he did.
That's because I'm good.
Not with who he wanted it to be with, or any of the rest of us. But
Very true.
Next is the Four Corners match with the Natural Born Thrillers and Kevin Nash. I don't remember anything from this match.
either.
No,
Other than the
just-
end?
It was just them
Anything.
beating up on Nash. That's about it.
No, I feel like Nash was beating them up for
Well,
a
he
while,
was
'cause
beating up on Chuck
He did
Palumbo
like the
for a
huge
while.
sidewalk slam,
Yep,
Yeah.
I remember
and
that.
then he did he did big boots.
Gave
but
everyone
like,
crotch chops.
give everyone cross chops.
He did conservatively 20 big boots.
20 big boots, one of which O'Hare sold really take it and spin and lay down gently like he's going to sleep.
Look, stop trying to badmouth O'Hare just because you don't want to fuck him.
It's not that I don't want to fuck him, he's just not
He's
number
just
one.
not number one.
You know what? I'll give him number two. I'll give him maybe number two. Maybe.
Yeah.
Something I remember about this match is that Sean Stasiak looked really fit because he was wearing makeup.
I like that
Who's
all.
that? She's purdy.
I like that all we have to do to appease Chris just put some makeup on a dude.
Yeah.
Kelly, got any makeup, Brian?
I think probably grab my mom's. That's a fit bird, right there.
We're gonna make you real pretty, Kelly.
You've got a pretty mouth.
Pretty
you have.
mouth.
Mouth.
I'll go get the makeup, but really, I'm just gonna lock myself in her room and rub her expensive creams on my knees.
Yeah, I
As
honestly
he comes back, he just drew cat whiskers with mascara.
That too.
and a wolf on his chest.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean the match ended in a DQ when all of the other Natural Born Thrillers ran down to beat up Nash. That was really it.
Reno's second run of the night.
Reno's second
Yeah.
run of the night. But yeah, it was a nothing match.
Yeah, just whatever.
Although, like you said, Mr. Ultimate Superhero Babyface Kevin Nash here to save the day because he literally beat up all of them until Jindrak came down.
Until the sixth guy
Yeah.
came in. Yeah.
Did anyone make a save, or is it just going
No.
to commercial?
It was just him.
It looked like they were setting up for a save,
And they didn't.
but nothing happened.
But I guess Paige does at some point, but I don't know when.
Yeah.
Maybe
Soon.
maybe Thunder.
Could be Thunder. Thunder live from Manchester.
We really should.
Chris, are
Yeah.
you going?
I'll try and find time.
November 15th, 2000.
When you were 9 years old,
Yep.
find time to go.
Yeah, this is definitely pre-watching wrestling, so there was no chance of me ever going to this.
Next was the Cat and Helix Skipper. Boy,
Black on black.
black on black gives
When
me
are
a
we
heart
going to
attack.
stop the black on black violence?
Never, because that's how we get rid of them.
Also, by the way,
Hey,
that was uncalled.
nobody was. Yeah, that took everybody.
This was at my time the best match of the night.
It was because
Yeah.
the finish was good.
Yeah, but no, because also too everything went smoothly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there was no fuck-ups.
it was less of a horrible mess
Yeah.
than the rest of the match.
These are the only two guys who got sleep on the plane.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it wasn't a great match by any stretch of the imagination,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it was
the
smoothest.
It was the best so far.
There definitely seemed to be a bunch of spots the cat, like some offense that he laid in,
Yeah.
that seemed to be like not. It didn't look amazing, but it was quite complicated.
and it was
You know?
planned.
Yes.
Like this is something they've actually worked
very,
on.
very like sort of like convoluted little sequences
Yeah.
of like
Yeah, yeah.
ducking, grabbing arms, kicking, all that kind of thing.
There was a
It all
really good,
delivered.
really good sunset flip until the Cat decided to do a phantom punch out of it.
Yeah. And the feliner at the end looked good.
Yes,
Yeah.
right to the face.
Yeah.
It got him good.
Yeah, he
Jim.
clocked him. Yeah, Chris is like, I think he knocked him out for real.
So then, out comes the Boogie Nights, or as I wrote it, the Booger Nights.
Got 'em.
Got 'em. For their mystery surprise, which turns out to be Goldberg, and goddamn did this match deliver.
Sorry, Cat and Skipper, you're not match of the night anymore. This ruled.
This might be one of the better Goldberg matches of like 99 on.
Yeah.
Like, he fucking murdered them. And not only that, but like, Alex Wright hit like a fucking awesome top rope
Really
drop
nice
kick.
missile drop kick.
He hit a really good spear on both of them.
Great pump handle suplex on Disco.
Yeah.
Oh, and Alex Wright went for a spinning heel kick that Goldberg
best
like
spot.
caught like he weighed nothing,
Caught in the air.
and then just kind of like gave him like a power bomb
Yeah.
out of it, which was fucking great. And then he did what we were hoping he would do, which was he gave Disco a jackhammer, then he grabbed
And then he
Alex
didn't
Wright.
get Disco, and we're like, up.
He did Alex Wright, gave him a jackhammer right next to Disco, and then he just like palms
Pinned
on chest
each with one
like a
hand.
push up,
Yeah.
and just 1, 2, 3 over.
And we're like, oh, that fucking rules.
Ruled.
Leaves.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was awesome.
that was fucking great. That was such a good
Can you
match.
believe they turned him heel a couple of months ago? It was fucking
Good
idiots.
thing it has worked that he's back to face.
Yeah,
and
like
the
the-
fans aren't like furious about
Yeah.
it because that could have very easily backfired on them. The next match was Lance Storm. He came out and told Huge Erection to leave his boys in the back, so he did. But he brings a hoe with him, a slut,
A dumb slut.
a cum dumpster. So they're going to have their match for the U.S. title. During this match, I went and pooped, so I didn't actually see anything.
Lance took a great back body drop at the start.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah. Then they did some wrestling. That was whatever.
Whatever. And then the finish was the...
He had him in the they cheat because they
She pulls Lance out of the way of Rection's moonsault.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So
And gives him brass knucks.
he gives him brass knucks. He pops Morris Rection. Sorry,
Hugh.
wrong Hugh. Rection kicks out, but then he puts on the Maple Leaf. Rection does not tap out immediately because he's the toughest man in the world, and she throws in the towel for him. She's a goddamn turncoat Canadian bitch.
Which is correct.
Yeah.
She is all of those words.
Yes.
Now, she was wearing a full-on USA bikini.
Correct.
And there was only one thing that Chris demanded happen.
How do we know you've turned?
How do we know that you're not just...
Prove it.
What do you mean you're ruthless, Randy?
So we cut to the back after commercial. Lance is there with Major Guns, talking about how they put one over on old Dum Dum Rection, and Guns does what she should have done and pop off them stars and stripes. What do you got underneath? Maple Leaf tits.
Maple Leaf tits.
Boom.
Maple Leaf tits.
MLT
Hashtag.
baby.
Pop up.
Hashtag Maple Leaf tits.
Pop up them titties. I just wrote down Major Guns tits reveal.
I told you to write down
Yeah.
something. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
acceptable.
Tits reveal. Perfect reveal. Like, just the way that the other bikini, like, pop and, like, whoop, it's...
Yeah, it was ready to go.
Yeah, it was great.
I was a bit disappointed she didn't do the same with the
Bottom,
half,
yeah.
bottom half.
Yeah.
Beggars can't be choosers.
But
Oh,
acceptable.
I'm a beggar and I'm choosing. She takes those pants off. Now it's time for the main event, which is the finals of the Lethal Lottery, which is Chronic versus Steiner and Sting.
This is what I was referring to before. It's like
Kelly
you
has
know how
opinions.
like we were saying like
This is a portion of the podcast called Kelly Has Opinions.
There was the part this is when we were talking about like this match was really sloppy and blah blah blah, and I'm just like, and I was gonna say yeah, but like that's not the end of it. And this match was probably the worst out of all of them. Oh my God.
It had the worst thing.
Yeah.
Overall, I don't know.
It started off 2-on-2, like it started brawling,
Yeah.
and then once Steiner and Sting both got Chronic out of the ring, then they turned on each other.
Yeah.
No, hold on. Wait. Is this before or after the first spot of the match?
This is
After-
before.
I think
no,
after-
this is before.
oh, it's before,
I think
okay.
they just punch him up with Chronic, throw them out. Then Sting goes to turn on Steiner and Sting turn on each other, and then he gets Steiner down, and then Chronic comes back in and dumps Steiner, and they cut off Sting. And then the first move of the match, Brian Adams gives Sting the most dangerous pile driver in the history of wrestling.
Fully paralyzes.
Fully paralyzes the mid-ring.
Sting
This
is a vegetable now.
This is a real two Ultimate Warriors situation where there has been a second Sting ever since.
The first thing died November 13th, 2000, and they replaced him on Thunder in Manchester.
Yep.
And it's been
Yeah.
Jeff Farmer has been
Jeff
Sting
Farmer has been
for
Sting
the
this
rest of his
whole time.
career.
Yep.
Jesus Christ, was this one dangerous?
Ugh.
Like, this one was so much worse than the Luger
It
one.
was,
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
first one was bad. Don't get us wrong.
But I hope he keeps doing them.
Yes.
Like, I would be sad if somebody was like, hey, Brian, these aren't really...
About your
these-
pile
These
driver.
aren't really working out in your favor, man. Maybe, and then, like, I hope he keeps doing them. And I hope he hurts somebody. But yeah, so...
It's insane.
The whole match was kind of like... Steiner and Sting obviously don't work well together because they don't like each other. There was a lot of just like awkward tag outs that were like they weren't really in the right position. However, it did lead to the most insane
Oh my god.
rope running spot
Oh
I've
boy,
ever
oh
seen.
boy. How do we even go about
So
explaining
Chronic
this?
pick up Steiner.
It's 2-on-one, right?
Yeah.
It's 2-on-1,
them. Yeah.
and it's
Well.
close enough to their corner for a blind tag. No, I don't.
Two Steiner and
Two
Sting.
Steiner and
Yep.
Sting's corner. So Sting is on the outside, Steiner's in. They go to double whip Steiner, and I just assume they whip him too hard.
Maybe.
Because he goes in sort of sideways.
he
shoulder.
lands fully 90 degrees to
Yes, to the ropes.
He's 100% sideways.
Which, I don't... we assume Sting was supposed to make the blind tag.
Probably.
Because... See, just the way,
Just the way
end
it
of
ends.
So... Steiner hits the ropes 90 degrees, but he's going so fast, it shoots
he's
him
legit shot off
back
the
at
ropes.
Chronic. So Chronic goes for another double line.
He ducks it.
But he hits
the
ropes,
far ropes
like
again.
I think he hits it more like chest first.
Yeah, like
and then turns as he's coming off.
Even further rotated from where he should be.
But he hits it so hard it slings him back. So
Chronic if Sting hadn't been there at the end, he might have got stuck in a perpetual loop.
Yeah. Or he just would have kept going so fast that he would have like hit and flown backwards into them.
However, he very quickly lost all momentum.
Yeah.
Yes.
When he finally reached Sting.
He ducked the second double line.
So he's back on Sting's side for the second.
And
time.
he just stops running.
Yeah.
Literally stops, takes 2 steps, tags and Sting.
No, he does this. He goes, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. Like, looks at Sting, tags him.
Like throws his hand up. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. And then tags him in, and then they come back in and clobber Chronic.
But like a lot of the exchanges are Sting and Brian Clark, and they could not have been more off.
Yeah.
Like they were just throwing clumsy strikes. They were supposed to duck them or like block them, and it just wasn't working.
Yeah.
Like nothing they did worked. But they did end up doing the best finish.
The finish was fucking awesome. So Medeja got up on the apron.
Fucking finish.
Steiner gave Brian Adams a belly to belly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, because Brian Adams was the one that got slapped. So Steiner gave Clark a belly to belly, and then Adams gave him the fucking death sentence or whatever we're calling it.
The full Nelson slam that shall not be named.
Yes. So then Medeja, who's on commentary, gets up on the apron, and then Adams gets up to like mouth her off, and he's gonna punch her, and then she ends up slapping him.
Takes a weird drop kick from Sting.
And then when he turns around,
But it was kind of cool.
but the way he came out of the ring was really cool.
Yeah, so he took like a Sting was too close for the turnaround drop kick.
Yeah, it was like a too close standing drop kick.
And so Brian Adams goes over the top rope,
Yeah.
but sort of like melts down the ropes to the bottom rope, and then just takes like a flat back to the floor.
Like he tumbled like 3 times going over the top.
Yeah.
And then...
And then, so Sting turns around, gets cut off by Brian Clark. Brian Clark goes for the meltdown. So in one fluid motion...
So he goes pump handle to over shoulder power slam.
And as he gets him over, immediately drops
Sting goes
backwards.
right into inverted face like boom, death drop, smooth as fucking silk, baby.
So fucking
good.
Oh, hey! Couple of fags over here. Hey, we can't say that no more.
You can't say that no more. It's woke Sopranos now.
Hey. Forget about it. So Sting and Steiner win to face each other on Thunder for the number 1 contenders for after the pay-per-view, which might actually be Steiner.
Wins.
So it's Steiner versus Steiner.
Yeah, that's perfect.
And then the end was just... So Steiner comes in and clobbers Sting with a chair.
Yeah.
Booker runs out to make the save and gives Steiner a totally unprotected chair shot.
Yeah.
But then as Sting gets up,
also
Booker
gives Sting an unprotected
clobbers
chair
him.
shot.
Like it makes no sense.
Just for
I guess because he
giggles.
might face Sting if he beats Steiner at the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
But
safety
like,
first.
I don't know. That's just dumb. You're a face. He's a face. You're the 2 most over baby faces in the company, and you're gonna clobber him with a chair.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Got his ass.
I don't like it.
That was the show. You moved all right.
Yeah. Also, I haven't said the N-word yet, and I feel like it's out of context now.
It would be jarring to just say it at this point.
I mean, I said the F word.
Yeah, so did you. It's fine.
The gay slur.
That's standard.
So
Yeah, I feel like if you're doing a character, it's fine.
Yeah, or I feel like if you sucked a dick in 2019, it's fine.
Ooh.
2019? Let me see.
That's a tough one. I mean,
It's
we are in August.
Now, it was New Year's Eve. I can't remember if we made it past the ball drop.
Does it matter? Does it count from when it goes in or when it finishes?
Ooh. Did we ring in the... How did we ring in the new year?
Was there still action or was it done?
Yeah.
I don't know. I was so drunk I don't even remember.
Who's to say?
What was even his name?
Dick Clark.
Oh,
He's the king of New Year's.
R.I.P. Dick Clark.
R.I.P. He died like 5 years before he actually died.
He was robotic. He was like one of those kids at the It's a Small World ride. Just repeating the same thing over and over again. I remember the last year he did the ball drop.
Rough.
It was horrible.
Rough.
And he was only on TV for like 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Just to say, like, Happy New Year, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Can you believe I'm still
And
alive?
then, whoop, get him out of there.
Yeah, Seacrest. Where's Seacrest?
Yeah. That's all. I remember that. That was real pathetic.
Yeah.
All right, dude dogs. Well,
All right. Chris, thanks for coming.
Hey, my pleasure.
That's fun. Anything to say to the dude dogs out there?
Arr, 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 arr.